Past couple of days on YouTube have been really great for me because I'm getting at least 5 600 comments every day and I have to go through them. It takes me about half a day usually, but I'm really blessed because while doing so I get so many interesting topics to make videos on. And today's interesting topic will be climbing the ladder and how it started. Let me give you a brief history. So, a few days ago, during the press conference of King of the Table 2, Hermes Gasparini challenged Devon Larratt to set up a table right then and there, and he said that I can beat you even now if you have a match with me. So, what did Devon say? Devon said that, and I made a video about it also, I'll link it in the iCard. So, Devon said that you have to climb the ladder first.
This is the way you climb a ladder. You don't climb a ladder by losing. Learn about climbing, Hermes.
So that created a discussion in the arm wrestling community, and especially even after King of the Table 2, when Hermes defeated Gennady handedly. Even then, he called the mic guy. He said that Devon, the next match, next challenge will be Devon. So he called out Devon Larratt once again for the third time. Remember, this is the third time. First time was when he called out Matt Mask and Devon for $10,000 earlier this year. Second time at the press conference, and third time after beating Gennady. So Devon has said that you need to climb the ladder. You cannot come directly to me. But people are saying now that Devon told Hermes to climb the ladder, but he himself isn't doing the same because he just defeated Michael Todd only one match in 2020-21 and he went straight to Levon. So why doesn't Devon follow his own advice? So in this video, I'll tell you some reasons why I believe that Devon does not need to climb any ladder. So reason number one will be, if we look at the World Arm Wrestling rankings, I'm not saying these are official and absolute truth, but this is what people believe. After Devon defeated Michael Todd on May 28th, 2021, people ranked him officially number 2 in the world behind Levan Saginashvili and above Vitaly Lelatin. Does Devon deserve to be there? And I think if you ask Devon himself, he would never rank himself above Vitaly. He has always said that Vitaly and Levan are above him. So I believe at this point of time, if you ask Devon, he would rank himself around number 3, maybe. That is my guess. So, but how did Devon get to the number 2 rank? It is not just by beating Michael Todd. It is by beating Michael Todd the way he did, because no one has ever been able to do that to Michael Todd since 2010 maybe. Not Levan. Levan has not faced him. So not Siplenkov, not Trubin, not Pushkar, no one. This is what got him to the number 2 spot in the world. So if we consider the rankings only, Devon doesn't need to climb any ladder because he's already number 2 behind Levan. So it makes sense to go after Levan. Number 2. I'll give you some examples to understand this situation better. If you are given a sponsorship to go to an event by 2 companies, and one is paying you $10,000 and the other one is a big brand that is paying you $20,000, and you have nothing against any of these brands, basically similar brands, which offer are you going to accept? I believe the $20,000. So if you can get a bigger deal, why settle for less? If Devon can convince Levan and the owner of the organization in which Levan is working and the fans, why does Devon need to settle for less? This is my question. Second example that I would give you is social media presence. Like Devon is so big on social media, he can ask a match with anyone. Michael was also trying to get a match against Levan. He did not get it. Devon got it. Why? Because he brings in the numbers. And Devon has earned these numbers. He has earned these fans. Nobody handed him nothing. He earned it. Trust me, when people say that Devon is lucky, he has so many blind fans backing him up. No, these are not blind fans. These are supporters. Devon has earned his respect. Trust me. So another example I want to give you. If you want to defeat an army and the general of that army has agreed to have a one-on-one fight with you, why would you mess around and potentially get killed with the number 2 and number 3 in command? It just doesn't make sense. You want to take over their territory. You want to take over their army. And the general has accepted a fight against you. Not saying that you could kill the general, but it makes sense to go directly after him and don't get tired with fighting with other guys, number 2 and number 3 is in command. I'll give you another example if you are still not able to understand this. So if you have applied for a job and the owner of that organization, whoever is employing you, he gave you a direct offer to be a manager. So would you tell him no, that I and the world believes that I should not be getting a manager's rank directly. I should get some lower rank. No, he would not say that just because other people believe that you don't have that potential. If you got an offer, a high rank, a high post, you will immediately take it. No matter what others and no matter what even you believe, you are going to take it. So I believe these 4 examples should be enough to say or to explain why Devon doesn't need to climb any rank. So one more thing that I want to tell you, Devon at this point of time in his career, when he's almost 47 years old, he has said that he can peak only maybe a maximum of 2 times in a year. So why would he risk his health going after other 2-3 names to get to Levan? This is my question, especially when Levan has agreed to have a match with him. So why would he do that? And like I said, he cannot peak more than 2 times a year. And if he tries to go, let's say, against Vitali, so if Devon tries to climb the ladder, as many of you are expecting him to, he tries to go after Vitali, his preparation to beat Vitali would be exactly the same as it would be to beat Levan. And that would take a great toll on his health. And especially considering the travel restrictions and the organizations that have different schedules. Levan has movies, Levan has top 8. Devon may have something in the future like that, movies maybe something. So if Devon tries to go after Vitali, his body has to take the same toll in the preparation as it would have to go against him in a preparation against Levan. So why would he do that? This is one of my questions. If he does go after Vitali, maybe he could not get a match against Levan for next 2 years. And by the time he's turned 50 and his chances are greatly diminished, almost zero of doing anything against Levan. So I hope that makes sense. What is my next point? So talking about Hermes Gasparini, the only reason why he challenged Matt Mask and Devon Larratt earlier this year, because he wanted a redemption. He wanted to avenge his loss against Matt Mask. Do you think that he would have challenged Matt Mask if he had already not lost to him? It wouldn't have made sense. He would have also gone directly to Devon or whatever the highest rank guy that was within his reach. So people only challenge lower rank guys or similar rank guys when they need revenge. Otherwise, everyone shoot for the top mountain, the top spot. And Hermes is never going to climb the ladder like Devon told him to just by beating some high rank guys. Because unless he beats Levan or Vitali, he is never going to climb a high enough ladder in people's opinion to get a match against Devon. The way he can climb the ladder is to create, he already has a good social media presence, but to create an even bigger social media presence where the money offered to Devon Larratt to have a match with Hermes is significant enough that if the match with Levan is delayed, Devon has no other option to say yes to Hermes. So my advice would be to build an even bigger social media presence, create even more hype, challenge Devon multiple more times, trash talk, shit talk, whatever it takes, and then hope that the match with Levan gets postponed or Devon loses his match against Levan and then he can challenge Devon. So this is the only way how I see Hermes getting a match against Devon Larratt, and nothing to blame here. I still believe that Hermes versus Devon would be a much greater, much closer and much more entertaining match than Hermes or than Devon versus Levan. This is just my opinion, but that doesn't mean that Devon needs to have a match with Hermes just to entertain us. So whatever Devon wants, whatever Levan wants, and whatever the majority of the people wants, that is what matters, not what you want or not what I want. If you ask me for a good entertaining match, I would go with Hermes versus Devon. But that is not how things work. Hopefully I was able to explain some things to you. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this video with someone who thinks like you. My name is Pradeep and I thank you so much for watching.